And we are live. Testing, testing. Is this thing on? Welcome to the Unlimited Freedom Network. This is a live broadcast of the Unlimited Freedom Network. So just come on in, guys, because we've got a lot of sauce to cover today. We have got a lot to get into today. So just come on through. This is Unlimited Freedom Network. Yes, yes, yes. We have a lot going on today. Your questions, your comments. We're going to talk about them all today. Live chat. No question is off limits. We're going all in on this beautiful Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I hope that everybody had a great day yesterday, whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or whatever it is that you do. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit that like button because nobody else is bringing you the same kind of sauce that I'm giving you here at the Unlimited. Nobody, guys, let's face it, nobody is giving you the orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel pill sauce that you're not going to get it anywhere else, right? The real truth, right? Unbiased, right? We're not taking sides over here. We're bringing you the sauce on the opportunity side, and we're bringing you the sauce when it's a bad opportunity, right? Or when things are going wrong, right? When things are happening in the space. People are making mistakes or, whatever have you. We're going to bring you all of that information. Last night was an interesting night here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. We did actually, I was bored, right? To tell you the truth, I was sitting around at my house. I guess everybody was celebrating Thanksgiving. I wasn't at that time. And sitting around, playing my Atari 2600 because I got one of those new Atari 2600s. So I've been playing that like a crack addict, right? I can't even sleep. I'm dreaming about those stupid games. So I was playing that, then that got boring. I watched a couple movies. That got boring. I said, you know what? Let me come on here and talk about the state of crypto, right? So I just got on here and I just talked about what crypto has been going through the last year. We talked about the legal problems it's been having. We talked about the whole ideas, the idea of people saying that crypto's a Ponzi, other people saying that crypto's illegal, what that's all about, the government crackdowns, right? We touched on that. I mean, we just got into a lot of sauce last night. So it was good. It was good. I'm surprised that I still have a voice this morning. After that edition, right, of the Unlimited Freedom Network. And it was actually hard for me to start this broadcast because I was on, I've been doing some trading this morning, and we are on the road to $3,000, almost there. And my goal for today, because it's just one of those days in the markets where it's like, price is just kind of moving, side to side really well for the strategy that I use. So I almost didn't even want to stop because I would like to take it up to a $5,000 day, right? And that's the type of results that you can get, right? As you're seasoned, as you're experienced. It doesn't happen every day, right? So I'm not on here saying that anybody's going to make $5,000 a day. Please hear me on this, right? It's not like but every now and then you do have those explosive days, right? And I was having one of those this morning. I always trade in the morning when I first get up. I like to have my coffee, whatever, look at some different platforms, look at what's going on, check out the news, and do some trading, right? That's one of my first things that I do when I wake up. And frankly, sometimes I even do it before I start my morning workout. And this morning was just one of those times where I didn't stop to do anything else because the way the market was moving was just too cool. So I just rolled with it, stayed with it, on the road to $3,000, going to try to ride it until 5K, right? I expect to do a couple more hours of trading after I'm done with this video. But having said that, I wanted to come over here and I wanted to really get into these Q&As, keep my commitment over here, give you guys the sauce, and just kind of break down everything that's been going on. So let's get, and another thing, guys, the chat. Please throw me your questions and comments in the chat, right? It's much more interesting when we all have a group discussion with the chat involved rather than me, because I've got a lot of comments that have been written in, right? And I can always, on the broadcast, I can always get into the comments that were written in, right? That's no problem, right? We've got plenty of content, plenty of comments, plenty of questions, and I will go through those, right, if the chat is not popping. But if we can get the chat to pop, and if we can get some good questions and some good dialogue and some good discussion going on, then it's a lot more fun for me. It's a lot more energy to just go one-on-one with you guys as you're live watching this in the chat. Also, guys, if you want to get to the top of the chat, if you want to skip the line, if you want me to shut up and quit talking about whatever I'm talking about and talk about what you want me to talk about, just send a super chat, right? You don't have to send $20. You don't have to send $50. You can send $2 or 99 cents or whatever. I will stop what I'm doing, give you a shout out, and read your super chat. Okay, fair enough, right? Hopefully we're all on the same page here. Let me pull something up because we cannot do the broadcast without it. So give me just 1 second, right? You guys ready? Oh yeah, you are ready. We are all ready for the soundboard, right? We got to have the soundboard. I mean, forget about it. Okay. All right, let's jump in, guys. So I'm going to tackle a couple of these comments that have come in. First and foremost, this comment came in. This is somebody responded, right, to something that I had said on one of my NOVATECH updates, right? And this is this is about NOVATECH. So for you NOVATECH people, I'm getting right into it. Okay, right? Hit the like button, right? You want to hear more updates on NOVATECH? Hit the like button. Investing involves the risk of losing your capital. This is what this person says. However, the legit risk is with the investing activities. Losing your money in any fraudulent scheme makes you a victim. Wrong. I should not have to cite the many past and present examples. Yes, these platforms are risky, but they are being sold to the public as legit investment opportunities. By who? Some people in this space have become too comfortable with the added risk of being scammed to the point where they think that everyone is factoring into their risk analysis the possibility of scammed. You show me one NOVATECH presentation video where they tell you that there is a possibility that you will lose your money outside of trading, and I will agree that there are no victims. All right, so let me clarify this for you. All right, what happened with the NOVATECH situation was a little bit unique in our space because what the NOVATECH people did is they went outside of the sphere, right? They went outside of the crypto sphere. In fact, some of the most heavy-hitting people in the crypto sphere at the time, you know who you are, so shout out to you. You already know who you are, did not even get involved with NOVATECH. So what NOVATECH did is, and here's where the victimization comes in, right? And here's where I will give you I will give you a little bit of a concession, right? But at the same time, I don't believe in victims. Right? I believe that we all should be free to do whatever we want to do with our money, whatever we want to do with our crypto, right? If we want to get involved in a risky crypto investment, I think we have the God-given right to be able to do it. We work for our money. We however we got our money, we got it. It's ours. We ought to be able to do what we want with it. What's the point of having it if you can't do what you want with it? Right? So people ought to have the freedom, right, to sign up for NOVATECH if they want to. But here's where the victimization comes in, right? And I will give you this, is that NOVATECH operated outside of the sphere, right? NOVATECH targeted people who didn't know diddly squat about crypto, had never purchased Bitcoin in their life, had no idea about the crypto sphere, the crypto space, crypto in general. And those people were targeted. These are like church people, right? A lot of elderly people, right? And these people were brought into NOVATECH under the premise that this is a safe and secure hedge fund, right? And you're going to make generational wealth, right? Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember these NOVATECH meetings? You're going to make generational wealth for your kids and your grandkids, and it's all all you have to do is put in $1,000, right? Or put in 10,000 or whatever, and then sit back on your butt crack, right? Sit on your butt and not do anything, and it's all going to just fall from like manna out of heaven, right? It's going to just come down, and that didn't work out, right? And so the victims in the situation, I think, are the ones who really were conned into it, right? Or who really were like, didn't know what the heck they were doing, right? Now, you know, the Bitcoin illiterate, like the elderly Bitcoin illiterate people, some of the church people that got pulled into it. You know, I know whole churches that got involved with NOVATECH. And you can't tell me that all those church people knew what they were doing with getting involved with crypto. Because what I've experienced in the church is most people either they don't know the first thing about crypto, or they think that it's just a scam. Like everything crypto is a scam. Bitcoin's a scam. Ethereum's a scam. The whole, everything to do with crypto is just criminal and wrong, right? Or they'll be like, hey, Vaughn, what should I do? I want to get into crypto. What should I do? Right? And what I do not tell them is to put $10,000 into NOVATECH. I don't tell them that, right? I give them actual real guidance and advice, right? Just like I do for you guys here at the channel at the Unlimited Freedom Network, right? And so if there were victims in this, it's going to be those people who were kind of conned into it. But, and this is let's hit the brakes. Those people still had a responsibility to figure out what the hell they were getting into. And they had a responsibility to read the agreement. They had a responsibility to know what they were doing with their own money, right? I don't care how good a smooth talker your nephew is or your niece or whoever brought you in. You need to, once you make a decision with your pocketbook, you better be behind that decision 100%. And don't get to the point where you're going to be pointing the finger at somebody else because you lost your money in a bad investment. No, it's 100%, right? I get it. It wasn't cool, right? How some of the promoters handled NOVATECH, and I agree with that. And it wasn't cool the way that some of the people got brought in. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, nobody put a weapon, right? Nobody put a weapon to their head, right? They made their own decision. So where does the accountability come in, guys? Where does the responsibility come in? I'm just asking, right? I have my banners all going crazy today. Where does personal responsibility come in, right? So I don't completely agree with the guy's comment, right? Because yes, the platforms are risky, right? And he says, but they are being sold to the public as legit investment opportunities. Okay, maybe by some people who are like morally not right are doing that. But I think for most people, I mean, I know I give a lot of disclaimers when I talk about this stuff, guys. So, I'd say this comment is overall, it's an L, dude. I mean, overall, it's an L because people really do have responsibility for what they do with their own money. Okay? Now, on my last Payday Thursday, I talked about the fact that Live Good sells CBD oil. Okay. And I made the comment that if you like to get high, you can get the CBD oil from Live Good. Now, I had many people take issue with that, right? I had many people, right, take issue that I said that. I don't know whatever you want to call it. Right? I mean, it's, I don't know. I mean, does it get you high? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I don't use it. Right. So that was so there's my, hang on, guys. There's my response, man. You know what I mean? It was just kind of an off the cuff remark, but people definitely took issue with it. Let's see. This guy says, LOL, right? First of all, let me give you a piece of advice, especially for the young men on the channel. Let me give you a little game, right? Let me give you a little game. If you're a man, or if you're of the male species, never say LOL. Okay? Just stop. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? You sound like a 12-year-old girl. Right? So, I mean, it just is what you sound like a girl. Right? I'm not joking. All right. So, LOL, CBD is for pain and relief of other things. What other things? But not getting high. Okay. If CBD is getting you high, it's not CBD. By the way, I love watching, and I got your course. Excuse me. I got your course. What's a course? Y'all know I can't talk, man. I love watching, and I got your course. So no hate, just a little correction. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Okay. You correct me and allow me to correct you on saying LOL. Okay. I've been corrected by you. Now, please allow yourself to be corrected by me. You're not going to turn on your female prospect, right? If you're texting her LOL. I mean, she's not trying to date her best friend, right? Or her sister, right? Come on. Let's use our head, guys. Once again, guys, if you really have that burning desire to ask me a question, if you do a super chat, I literally will stop what I'm doing and I'll go to get your question. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait until I get through some of these questions that have been written in. Then I'm going to go over to my chat and I'm going to read your chat questions. So if you do have questions, just load them up in the chat, because once I get over there, boom, I'm going to hit them. I'm going to hit them where it hurts. QP should be there on my top 5 list, this person is saying. QP should be there. You were wrong and based everything off an isolated incident. No. How was I wrong? I told you about the incident. And I said behavior like that in the space is a red flag, right? And how is pointing that out wrong? Hey, at least I put people on alert. You know what I mean? And if something else happens like that, I'm going to do it again. Okay? So I make no apologies, right? And no, I don't agree with you. I don't agree that I was wrong there. I think I actually did the right thing, right? These platforms got to be held to account, especially when they're getting ready to rug. Now, QP is back in my good graces now. I don't think, I don't know. It's just as likely to rug as any other platform at the moment. Right. So it's like back on the normal level of all of your crypto platforms. Right. So it's not like on high alert that it's going to pull out any second. But at the time, I did want to bring that to the community. And anytime something like that happens, I will bring it to the community. Right. And I'm not afraid to do that. And I don't care if it is such a great platform as QP. Right. I mean, I make a lot off of QP. Right. So I'm not doing myself any favors. But I'm doing it because that's the type of individual that I am. And thank God I don't count on QP for, 100% of my income. Right? That, to me, that's just not smart. Alrighty. And then what you did was hilarious. You never took your QP link. LOL, 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 LOL. Want to fight about it? Right? You want to come? Let's put the gloves on, right? We can sign a waiver, right? You'll be going LOL, LOL. I'll be giving you a little bit of the 1-2 action, right? A little bit of this. Yeah. Anyone heard about Carol Finance? No. There is a scammer out there named Carol, though, in the comments, so watch out for her. All right, we have another one. All very good, right? And this was about the Salman Raza interview. So shout out to that interview, man. Shout out to Salman Raza for coming through. Salman Raza with a crypto option came through. It was awesome. It was a really good time. And where's my applause button? You see, I've got to get back in. Oh, here it is. It was great. It was a really good time, right? Getting back into the swing of things here with the soundboard. And okay. Yeah, yes. It was a good time. But we have had some people have issues. And I want to read this because this is a good learning opportunity because crypto option, anybody who actually has an issue with it, the CEO, Divnendu, is very good about getting those things fixed, right? And especially like me and him have a pretty decent relationship. So for the time being, if you guys have problems and you come to me about it, I'm able to go to him and set up kind of like a conference call with all of us to get your problem fixed. So let's go over this comment. All very good. Yet I've been with them a long time now. I can't withdraw. There is no way I can personally put my wallet address in. I've contacted them repeatedly and they said they will do it for me. I gave my address, yet again, nothing. I can't withdraw. It's so frustrating. I've been waiting 2 days for a reply if they have put my wallet address in and I have no response. If I get response and they add my address so I can withdraw, I will update this space. Okay, then he comes back. I'm coming back now and my wallet has now gotten my address on it and it's all sorted out. It took longer than expected. I do have to say any communication within the firm is very kind and respectful, which is rare. The issue took longer than expected, yet it was solved. I will be making my first withdrawal tomorrow. I'm doubtful there will be any issues. This firm is a rarity in the space, and thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's good. It's good that, yes, you had an issue, but it got fixed, and then you were able to come back and yeah, so I'm glad your issue got fixed, right? I mean, that's what we have to do. We've got to communicate. If a platform is, I'm going to tell you the status of any platform, right? If a platform, like if it is a rug, it's going to end up on the rug report, right? Alrighty. All right, another crypto option comment. I've been there a long time. I got my initial deposit and now I'm making gains daily. Shout out to you. That's the way we do it, guys. So, very important, guys. One of the first things that you want to do when you invest in any platform is you want to get your deposit back, right? Make your deposit back, right? So if you throw in 500, then you want to make that 500 back as soon as possible, right? However you do it with the percentage gains, the daily percentage gains, if you get on with the affiliate program, send out your affiliate link, whatever you do, right? You want to get that 500 back as soon as you can, right? And then once you make that 500 back, take that 500 back out because now you just took back your seed money. Now you're at zero. And anything you make from that platform from now on is pure profit, right? So that's definitely the right way to do it. Shout out to you. That's a good comment. All right, let's see what else we got. Another comment about the interview. I just had some people like this interview. Thank you so much for this. Much appreciated. Love you and what you show us. Well, right back at you, and I do appreciate that. Great comment. All right, somebody else said, I'm funny, love it. Yes, I am. I'm funny, right? And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm not saying that to boast. What I'm saying is I'm just being my normal self. And apparently to most people, my normal self is a little funny, right? So I'm a funny guy, right? I'm not trying to be, right? But it's just what I am, right? For some reason, I make people laugh, right? Some of my thoughts or my ideas or whatever, the way I present myself. So, hey, you like it, you're entertained, then good on you. I appreciate you. And if I'm funny, then all that much. Shout out to you. Appreciate your comment. Okay, this person said Merobit stopped paying for the last 4 to 5 days. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. I think I also had a chat on Merobit too. Let's talk about the state of Merobit. Let me go ahead and pull up my Merobit account if I can. And let's see, I've already got it in my rug folder. So let me find it here. Here we go. Now, I just did a withdrawal, but that never came in. So let me check something out, guys. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 397. And we're logging in, right? We're logging into Merrillbit. Okay. So the site still comes up. That's a good sign. Withdraw. Let me see if they can show my history. Okay, so I still have a pending withdraw request for just around $1,000. Just sitting there and pending. So to answer this question, right, about Merrillbit stopping paying, yeah, I mean it did for some people and it didn't for others. The last that I've heard about what's going on now, as far as I'm concerned, Merrillbit was a high yip, and that high yip is over. Right. So do you want an answer? It's over. There's your answer. It had a great ride. I mean, it lasted 60 days. A lot of people made a lot of money off it. It was rocking and rolling. It was doing good. And now I would say it's over because certain people are getting paid and other people aren't. And it's like the only thing they're paying out is very, very small sums, like $30 here, $48 there, $70 here. So like the bigger withdrawals are never coming in. So I think the jig is up. They're out of liquidity. They're out of money, and it's over. Right? I mean, that's basically what I can tell you about Merrillbit. Just because you can still log into the website doesn't really mean anything. You know that, right? If you've been around the space for a while, you know that. Once a platform starts to slow pay usually turns into no pay, right? And that's just the way that the space is. So we're at the very least, we're in a slow pay turning to no pay, right? But according to me, it's done. It's over. I've already got it in my rug folder. It's not even in my normal folders anymore. I don't even go to look at it. Right. So that's where we're at with that one. Thank you for that comment. All right. Let's see what's going on. I already talked about that one. All right. So a little bit of follow up on the people who are let me get this guy. Zazim 1456 says, "You are so sleazy." Well, Zazim, it takes one to know one. Okay. All right. So are we following the indicators from your training? Somebody's talking about the trading course. And I just want to say that I was able to, after the last live stream that I did, I was able to connect with one of my viewers, and I went ahead and gave him a supplemental training, right? Where I just let him come on Zoom with me while I was trading, right? I let him watch what I was doing. I showed him a couple of tips, gave him a little talking points. So if you guys want to do that, just shoot me an email, right? I'll try to keep the prices very affordable, right? So that it can just be something like, if you want to get on with me, if you want to have a little bit of one-on-one with the trading aspect, I'll be happy to do that, right? It's really no problem for me because I'm in there trading anyway, right? So if somebody jumps on Zoom, I'll just sit there and I got somebody to talk to while I'm sitting there trading, right? So it's so no problem, and I'm really happy that a lot of people have shown interest in that. All right, now we've got some what do we got here? We've got some unwanted commercial content or spam. So I am going to report and delete, right? If you spam me, you're going to get reported and deleted. And let's do that. Yeah, guys, don't ever sign up for one of these things that promises they're going to get you your deposit back. So funny. Uh, Actually, not funny. It's if you believe it, then you're just going to lose more crypto. So don't do it. I'm reporting you. Goodbye. I'm reporting you. Goodbye. All right. Let's see. This person says, I agree with you about crypto options. I'm still waiting to see with Bass and Associates. Now, from everything that I understand, Bass and Associates is still working out good, right? I mean, that's that's what I hear, right? They kicked me out. I made 2 YouTube videos about it. I made a Merobit new platform announcement, and I made an update, and they kicked me out. But they did give me my deposit back, and so no hard feelings. But what the platforms are going to have to understand is that my stance is this: this is what I do, right? This is part of having me as a quote unquote team member. I'm going to talk about it on my channel, right? I have made that decision. I made the decision that, you know what, enough with these private things. I know I'm just not going to do it, right? I'm the only YouTuber that I'm aware of who is going to come on here and talk about all of them, right? Giving you the sauce. Even if I get kicked out, even if I do lose money, right? It's more important to give you the state of the cryptosphere. It is more important to me to let you know what's going on in the space. And as far as I know, Bass and Associates is still doing fine. I mean, frankly, it's on fire, right? A lot of people are getting into that one. It's pumping right now. So I think there's an opportunity to make money in it. You know what I mean? And yeah, really, no, I don't have anything bad to say about them, really. All right. If you name yourself Unlimited Freedom is a bitch, you're probably going to get kicked out of the comment section. But I will say this, okay? If you have an issue, right, you can come on here and you're welcome to discuss it with me, right? We can talk about it, right? We can discuss your issue. We can talk about whatever it is. I'm not afraid to talk about anything, right? But this like passive aggressive, sitting behind your computer with Cheeto stains all over you, looking at inappropriate content on the internet in your mom's basement and making a profile. I mean, taking the time to make a profile, Unlimited Freedom is a bitch. Why don't you just come talk to me about it? I mean, what's your issue? Come on, I'm willing to have a conversation, right? I'm a pretty easy guy to talk to. I come on here every Friday around this time, right? I got nothing better to do, right? What's your issue? So you are going to get booted. Watch out for these scammers in my comment section, guys. These people never quit. They're going to come in there and they're going to say that they can get you your money back. But first, you have to pay them, right? And then people are so desperate to get their money back, right, that they pay these people, and then they just take that money too so that you get ganked again. There's a ton of these guys, man. Report. They're just bots or something, right? But whoever's doing this must be making some money at it. So we just got to stop giving them energy. Somebody says about ETF pool, has this program rugged? I can't log in anymore. It says, oops, look like the page is lost. Yes. ETF pool rugged. And they did one of these things where they had this compounding plan, right? 6 months. You had to lock up your money for 6 months. And then you could pull out the compounded result at the end of 6 months. So they went 6 months. And then when it was time for people to start pulling out their compounding plan, they ran away, right? Pulled the rug. So I've got little to no respect for that. All right, what else we got? All right, here's another comment on QP. This person said, "Let's take a deep breath and use common sense. The person claiming they lost, right, isn't being transparent with any email, DM, or nothing. All his words, but yet refuses to post any info. So what that tells me is he is more upset that the scam didn't work. His scam, by the way, to put a bunch of people under himself, and wants to just make noise. For all we know, he did get his capital back that he invested, and he just wants to trash them from this point on. I'm a show me person. You better believe if I take any losses on any platform, I'm showing screenshots, emails, and proof, especially if they're still up and running. Okay, good point, right? All right, let's get rid of this one. Yeah, guys, Marrowbit is a HIUP. So anything that says like high risk on it, especially on this channel where everything is already high risk, right? And then, that just, you have to understand that like with the HIUPs, if I do choose to get involved with the HIUP, I try to be very upfront with you about what it is and about, the fact that most people lose money in the HIUPs, right? Most people, like 9 times out of 10, the HIUPs like fail, right? So you have to understand that going into it. But I can't come on here and really get into like a lot of back and forth about a HIUP that fails because it's like, dude, that's what they do, bro. Like, if you're gonna like trip over HIUP stopping paying, then you shouldn't be joining them at all, right? Because they're gonna stop paying. Most of them stop paying in the first week, the first couple of days, even. I just like to play with them from time to time, and I know other people in the space who like to play with them too. Sometimes you have a marrow bit, right? And when you hit on a marrow bit, you can make a lot of money, right? That thing lasted for 60 days, and those were large percentage gains every single day. All right, let's see what else we got going on. All right, guys, I'm going to get to the chat. How about that? Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Ryan Moore. What's up, Ryan Moore? What happened arbitrage? Their site is down. I mean, let's see if it's back up. Let me go try to log in. So for the last few days, the arbitrage stack site has been saying down for maintenance. Okay, 506 error, and I have not heard hide nor hair nor word from anybody at arbitrage stack. So if you're asking me what happened, okay, here's the possibilities. And you guys need to hit the like button because I'm going to give you some behind the scenes sauce that nobody else tells you guys. See, I just spill all the beans over here. I give you guys all the information because you can handle it, right? We can all handle it. Everybody. When a platform first comes out, guys, they've got a domain and they've got a server, right? Now, the server and the domain, they operate under certain parameters, right? Now, let's say that a project comes out and it's out for a month and everything's going fine, but it's just a few people coming in. And then all of a sudden, boom, 3,000 people come in a matter of 2 days, right? Well, what that can do is that can crash the server, or that can raise a red flag at the domain, who then in turn, the person who owns the domain looks into the website, thinks something's wrong with it and yanks it. Right? What's that one that you guys are always trying to share with me? ITP or something like that? That thing's on its 3rd domain for just that reason, right? Because it raises a red flag with the people who own the domain. They don't want to get a lawsuit, right? So they say, hey, we don't want nothing to do with this site. So it could be that, right? Or it could be a rug, right? Maybe they just rugged, right? Maybe something happened and we don't know what happened. And, at this point, if you had to ask me, hey, is arbitrage stack going to come back? I would say I'm 90% sure that they won't. Okay? 90% sure that it's over. All right? But I've been surprised before. I mean, sometimes from time to time, these platforms go through these problems where their server gets overloaded and bogged down, or they have a problem with the domain, and it's getting more and more frequent, right? Because people are more and more afraid, frankly, to operate in the crypto sphere, which is what I talked about on last night's video. Okay, and we really went into in depth and we really went into detail. So, if you missed that one, it might be worth going back and checking out. All right. Troy's Life. What's up, Troy's Life? Always good to have you here. Ryan Moore, I guess he's waiting for the theme music to finish. Yeah, I always do that. That's always how I started off. Troy's Life. Love your trade strategy. It's helping me a lot. Good. I'm glad for that. Yeah, it could change your life, man. If you apply it correctly. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of the great blessings in my life, bro, is having the ability to go into the markets and trade and make money at any time, right? I told you guys earlier when I first come on here, this is a multi-$1,000 day for me. And, I'm not saying that to brag or boast. I'm saying that with gratitude and thanksgiving and thankfulness and gratefulness for that, right? But it's because, right, I learned this skill and I learned this strategy, right? And when you learn money, you can make money, right? Jennifer Roberts, what's going on? Thanks, Vaughn. I hear NOVATECH has a Canada hearing pushed back to December 7th. Any word about SEC/US charges? Yes, I do. I do have word. So here's the latest, guys. They have gotten charges filed from the state of Washington. Okay, and they've been charged with securities fraud. NOVATECH FX and owner Cynthia and Eddie Pettion have been charged with securities fraud in Washington. Okay, a cease and desist order and statement of charges was filed against NOVATECH and the Pettions on October 27th. Right, so that was last month. But this just came to light recently. As per the order filed by the Securities Division of Washington's Department of Financial Institutions, DFI, respondents are ordered NOVATECH, the respondents are, NOVATECH Ltd., the St. Vincent and Grenadine Shell Company operated from Royal Palm, Florida. Cynthia Pettion, a former resident of Royal Palm, Florida, whose present whereabouts are unknown, right? And Eddie Pettion, a former resident of Royal Palm, Florida, whose present whereabouts are unknown. Okay? So, and this is becoming more and more clear, and I'll put this in the chat. It's becoming more and more clear as time goes by. Let's see if it's going to let me. That's too long. Okay. There you go. That nobody has seen them. Right? They've kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. And that's something that all of us who are NOVATECH people are going to have to grapple with, we're going to have to wrap our minds around it, and we're going to have to deal with it. Okay? They gone. They're not showing up at their court dates. Their lawyer not showing up at their court dates. They gone. So, I mean, at that point, you just, what can you do but sit back and wait? A lot of the NOVATECH faithful are going to be just continuing waiting and continuing with patience. And, I respect any decision that anybody makes in the space. My personal decision and I've said this ever since the beginning of this debacle was, I pulled my money out before it actually shut down withdrawals the first time. I still got a couple thousand in there, but that's nothing. I pulled the majority of my money out of there because I saw the writing on the wall. And if you guys would have been watching me at that point, you would have saw the writing on the wall too, or at least you would have heard it from me. And you would have done one or two things. You would have listened to me and pulled your money out, and then you wouldn't be tripping right now. Or B, you would have done what a lot of the NOVATECH people did, to say that I was creating FUD and I was creating fear and I was a negative voice in the space, right? And I was against NOVATECH and against God. But of course, they're not saying that now. They're wishing they had listened to what I said back then. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on with the chat. Oh, yeah, no, actually, let me finish reading this for you, Jennifer. Okay, the order itself is not necessarily public. right? And so let's go a little bit deeper into the actual order. Okay. So, Cynthia Pettion, Eddie Pettion, and NOVATECH are generally soliciting investors to purchase unregistered securities in the form of a percentage allocation management module, or PAM accounts. The offer and/or sale of the PAM accounts described above constitutes the offer or sale of a security defined in the RCW 21.20.005, 14, and 17. NOVATECH, Cynthia Pettion, and Eddie Pettion are publicly advertising the investment on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. Over 1,000 Washington investors are believed to have invested with NOVATECH, Cynthia Pettion, and Eddie Pettion. NOVATECH is not currently registered to sell securities in the state of Washington and has not previously been so registered, nor has it filed a claim of exemption from registration. Cynthia Pettion is not currently registered as a securities salesperson or broker-dealer in the state of Washington and has not previously been so registered. Eddie Pettion is not currently registered as a securities salesperson or broker-dealer in the state of Washington and has not previously been so registered. NOVATECH Ltd., Cynthia Pettion, and Eddie Pettion violated RCW 21.20.140, the Securities Registration section of the Securities Act of Washington, by offering and/or selling securities for which no registration is on file with the Securities Administrator. This whole thing is a bunch of BS, by the way. Cynthia Pettion and Eddie Pettion violated RCW 21.20.040, the licensee registration section of the Securities Act of Washington, by offering and/or selling said securities without being registered as a securities salesperson or broker-dealer in the state of Washington. NOVATECH Ltd., Cynthia Pettion, and Eddie Pettion violated RCW 21.20.010, the anti-fraud section of the Securities Act of Washington, by making untrue statements of material fact or omitting to state material facts necessary to make the statements made, in light of the circumstances in which they were made, not misleading. Disclosure failings are part of the filed charges, okay? So if you guys did catch my video from last night, I talked a lot about how the government is coming after crypto companies and these like crazy bogus charges that they're bringing up. They're trying to tie crypto into like unregistered stocks and bonds and stuff like that, right? And it's a real shaky foundation. There's no agreed upon rules. There's no agreed upon regulations, which is the problem here. But even though there's no agreed upon rules, there's no like flat level, readable, understandable law and regulation when it comes to cryptocurrency and crypto firms. They're still putting people in prison, right? They're still, look what they did to this Binance guy. They just robbed him of almost $1 billion. And now he's got a guilty charge under his belt. He had to plead guilty to not keeping up his anti-money laundering license. That's what they got him on. So you're coming after these companies, yet there's no, you don't have an actual law on the books that they technically broke. You're trying to tie it to old securities laws that came out in the 60s and 70s. Okay. Respondents are failing to disclose to investors material information related to the investment, including basic information about NOVATECH's financial condition, business operations, and management, information about Cynthia and Eddie Pettion's bankruptcy filings and civil judgments, information about state actions taken against NOVATECH and Cynthia and Eddie Pettion, and a reasonable basis for NOVATECH's revenue projections. DFI's charges also note a NOVATECH 2.0 reboot. However, there is no 2.0 NOVATECH, guys. That's just scammers out there trying to get more money out of NOVATECH people. Mm-hmm. Okay, cease and desist from offering and or selling securities in any manner in violation of RCW 21.2140, the Securities Registration section of the Securities Act of Washington. It is further summarily ordered that respondents shall each cease and desist from offering and or selling securities in any manner in violation of RCW 21.20.040, the registration section of the Securities Act of Washington. It is further summarily ordered that respondents shall each cease and desist from violating RCW 21.20.010, the anti-fraud section of the Securities Act of Washington. All right. DFI goes into detail in its intent to impose fines constituting $50,000 each for NOVATECH FX, Cynthia and Eddie Pettion, $150,000 in total. Legal costs of $8,500 are also cited. NOVATECH FX and the Pettions have a set period of time to respond to DFI's order, failing which it will be enacted. Continued violation of the order does constitute a criminal offense in Washington, but it's unlikely due to NOVATECH FX's collapse. Okay. In addition to Washington, California, Wisconsin have also issued NOVATECH FX securities fraud warnings. Wisconsin fined NOVATECH FX and the Pettions $50,000. Outside of the U.S., NOVATECH FX has received multiple securities fraud warnings from Russia and Canada. There you go. Right. That's the latest on NOVATECH. they're in the crosshairs, and the problem is you'll never beat a charge if you don't fight, right? If you just run, and I completely respect what they did, right? Because look what happened. Look, I mean, they don't want to end up in prison, right? I totally agree. I mean, listen, guys, I completely respect them disappearing, right? Because God knows what the government would do to them if they got a hold. We don't know, right? So, you have to put yourself in people's shoes. I mean, they might have an asset and liability cost analysis on this, and they might have said, you know what, it's going to be better for us and our family if we just dodge, right? And that's unfortunate and that's sad, but that's the state of life. That's how it is right now. It's clown world. It's ridiculous. All right. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully that was enough sauce for you there, Jennifer. FX Steam. What's cracking? How's your Thanksgiving turkey? It's good, brother. Appreciate you, brother or sister. Troy's Life. I'm having my Thanksgiving today. Okay. FX Steam. I want the sauce. Troy's Life. Happy Thanksgiving, FX Steam. Yes, crack. It's the crack, bro. Troy's Life. I'm a believer. Troy's Life. Yes, Troy's Life. I'm trying for 12,000. Okay, a lot of hours trading to get a good return. Yep, just don't get fatigued, right? If you get fatigued, you end up blowing your account. So, just get a good night's sleep. The thing about trading is you've got to be in the zone while you're trading, guys. You've got to be present. You've got to be in the moment. You cannot trade on autopilot. If you try to trade on autopilot, you're going to have problems, right? You're going to have an out, right? So don't do that. Early investing gets you all the money back and then some. So get in early and enjoy your profits in all these platforms. Amen, my brother, right? Shout out to you. You get one of these. Jennifer Roberts, enjoying this. Left a question above, about to listen while I drive. Second question is, if you have time, the status of AMSYS. No longer in touch with my AMSYS or NOVATECH uplines. Well, AMSYS was another one of those that, the top affiliate, right? The top affiliate of AMSYS. Well, he wrote me this long email in the form of I still have it, in the form of a run-on sentence. It was grammatically incorrect. It was filled with threats. And frankly, it sounded like he had had a little bit too much to drink before he wrote that email. Why? Because I talked about his platform on YouTube, right? So here's what I will say on that. It's a bad look. Like, if you have a company and people aren't allowed to talk about it on YouTube, I mean, chances are you're probably doing something you shouldn't be doing, right? Or else why would you be worried about it? Right? I get it. You don't want the heat. You don't want the SEC. You don't want all the problems. Hey, I get it, man. I understand. But that's going to come with the territory right now, baby. You shouldn't be in crypto if you're not ready to take that kind of heat. Right? I don't want it either. Right? But at the same time, we're not doing anything wrong here, guys. Right? We are exercising our God-given right to free trade. You see what I'm saying? So, look, there's always going to be like these true believers, right? Especially the people that went out to the party. AMSYS had a party right before it rugged. And the people that went out there, they had great high hopes for AMSYS. Right? Now, I followed my risk management strategy with them. I got in at the beginning. I bought enough packages to get a nice return. I was getting a nice return every single month. Got my deposit back right away, and I was just in profit, and it was a great ride, right? Every time I opened up my Exodus wallet, I was getting new deposits because I was I wanted to have a package every day of the month, so that every day of the month I get a new commission from, well, not commission, but percentage, the 25% or whatever it was from that pack. But if it looks like a duck, if it swims like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, right? We've all heard that it's probably a duck, right? And, we had all of the telltale signs, first we've been hacked. No, it was first First, there's issues with switching to our new website, right? Why did they switch to the new website? Because they got a cease and desist order. Did you know that? Right? Matter of fact, I still have that around here somewhere. Yeah, they got a cease and desist order, so that's why they switched from crypto option, or not crypto option. What was it? Crypto program. There's so many crypto things. They switched from crypto program to AMSIS because they got a securities fraud warning. Okay. Following regulatory fraud warnings from Canada and California, Ed Zimbardi has rebooted his crypto program as AMSIS. Okay, the crypto program is now defunct. The website is, and then the switch to AMSIS took place around June 24th. AMSIS operated his website, amsis.io, privately registered. And, it just kind of goes on from there, right? So he switched over his crypto program to AMSIS, and then that got found out too. And then suddenly, magically, mysteriously, they started having all these problems. And the thing that they came up with about the hackers, right? They said that they've been hacked, and they said that they were having issues with the payment processor. They've been hacked. It's the exact same thing we've heard from VORTIC United. It's the exact same thing we heard from Coin Market Bull. I mean, all of these programs, they follow the same playbook, right? When they start to pull the rug, right? And a lot of people still love and respect Ed to this day. But the proof is if his platform comes back, right? What do you think is going to happen? Right? If you had to make a bet with me right now, would you put your money on AMSIS coming back or on nothing ever happening with it? What would you put your money on? I know what I would put mine on, right? And that's not really a gamble. All right. Let's see what else we got. Yep, get in early. Absolutely. G status 2. Hey, Vaughn, do you think Merrillbit will ever come back? We already talked about that. Shubro CH, I love crypto options transparency. What about you? They're good. They show their trading. The CEO is accessible. Support is accessible. The program always pays out on time. So far, I mean, it's been a great program, man, because anybody who's in it, we've been making that. Right, we're not just making this. We're making this. Right, because those packages are paying as paying as advertised, right? In fact, Crypto Option does have some new stuff that came out. In case you missed it, they've got the new Mega Deal Delight 1 where you get 1.75% daily if you invest 10,000 or above. They've got the Mega Deal Delight 2 where you get 2% daily on direct investment of 50,000 and above. They've got Mega Deal Delight 3 where you get 2.5% daily on direct investment of 100,000 and above. Or you get the Super Mega Deal Delight where they give you 3% daily on a direct investment of $500,000 or above. So what they're looking for there is they're looking for some serious liquidity. But those are the numbers that they're willing to give based on getting that type of liquidity. And that deal is good through December 12th. Okay, so shout out to them for that. Let's give them one of these. They're locked and loaded. Ingram Taylor, did NOVATECH show up today? No. Zion Asher, hey, about NOVATECH, do you think because the site is up, that's a sign that they will come back? If they had intentions of walking away, the site would be down. Yep, you could say that, man. I mean, here's the thing. You got to understand, though, that, like, if they do come back, it's going to be just something that happens suddenly and out of the blue, right? Because wherever they're at, they're getting their, they're not answering to these charges, okay? And that's going to be a problem for them, okay? I mean, the long arm of the law, right? If the U.S., especially the U.S. government, man, there's not much you can do. Because in case you didn't know, U.S. is the empire of the world, right? They're the empire that says that they're not an empire, right? They're the empire that says, oh, no, we're not an empire. We don't control everything. Really? Right? Come on now. So if the US wants to go after you, what are you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? Right? All right. We got niche media. Arbitrage stack is dead. I would tend to agree. Private Sojourner, greetings. Greetings to you and welcome. There you go. Niche media, Ed said arbitrage stack is dead. Who? Ed Simbardi? Okay. Private Sojourner, the new strategy is working. Thank you. Man, I am so happy to hear that. That's explosive. Jennifer, thank you so much. Ryan, can you put the link for your trading course? Sure, Ryan. It's in the description, right? So just go to the description and there'll be educational tools there, right? Where you can get the trading course there. And then there's also some educational tools about the platform Shao Bank, which is a new digital bank. Well, it's not new, but it's a digital bank that I've gotten involved with. And they sell these bonds that have a really good return. Also, there's Crypto Fund, man. Don't sleep on Crypto Fund. Matter of fact, I'm going to get into Crypto Fund right now because this next comment says, do they allow for referrals? And here's what you guys have to understand about Crypto Fund, right? And this also is something you have to understand about your buddy Vaughn. I'm not in this all for the referrals. Okay, I get something out of this, right? I just do things, right? I'm like, I just do things. No, I get something out of this, guys. And no, Crypto Fund does not do referrals. It doesn't have a referral program. I don't get paid one dime when somebody signs up for Crypto Fund. And it's my number one platform. The reason why it's my number one platform is because I think it has what it takes to last in the space, right? So the latest weekly it did was 0.98%, right? That's almost a 1% return, and that was for 11/4/2023 through 11/20/2023. How it works, the business consists of crypto trading in the sense of creating a diversified package for our members, right? Your package consists of multiple crypto trading platforms as well as trades being done by our in-house team, right? The mission is to diversify your risk. They create a diversified package for you. It's absolutely not a traditional investment opportunity. It's a weekly thing. And yeah, I mean, it's cool. And they've got good contingency plans in place in case things go wrong, right? So they do it offline for one. So they're not dealing with servers. They're not dealing with domain problems. They're not dealing with server problems, and they're not dealing with hackers because they're doing their business offline. So you put your investment in. They put it into the broker. They trade with the broker. Then when you want to withdraw, they take that portion out and they send you your withdrawal, right? And you get these weekly gains, right? And so since they're operating outside of the normal point and click space that we're used to, it protects them from the bad actors in the internet world, right? Also, they have stated that if they ever receive any government order asking them to cease and desist or to stop or anything like that, they're going to stop. And they're going to send us all of our crypto, our initial investment plus whatever we made. And they'll put an announcement up. Hey, we've gotten this letter. We're going to abide by it. Here's your crypto. And thank you for doing business with us. Right. So really, man, shout out to them because I haven't heard anybody else in the space do it like that. Right. And they don't have a referral program. Right. It's just a straight up program. Right. Yeah, private sojourner, the compound, yeah. So for example, like whatever you make on the previous week, then that's your new number, right? And that's how the compounding process happens. So if one week you've got 1,000, then the next week you've got 1,100, and then you make the percentage not on the 1,000, on the 1,100, right? And so on and so forth, right? And that's how eventually there will be compound growth, but you have to be patient. Right. And but I've got no problem with it. In fact, I just put a large sum of money into a crypto fund, another large sum of money in there, because it's just one of those platforms that I vetted it more closely. And frankly, I'm like 90% sure, right? I mean, I'm as sure as I can be in this space, right? That they're not going to tuck tail and run. And if they tuck tail and run, I know one of the guys, so I will tuck tail and find him. All righty. Somebody said, please check out this new project. I'd love for you to check it out. Nice try. I give you A for effort. right? But if you want somebody like me to get involved with your project, anybody like myself or anybody else who's on YouTube or anybody else who has a team, what you have to understand is that generally we don't just look at your project for free, right? There's a cost involved. You have to either book a 15-minute call, book a 1-hour call, or just book a session where I look at the platform, right? And I charge a flat fee for that. And if I like it, I will get involved and I'll sign up under you. But if I don't like it, I will tell you why, and I will give you at least an explanation so you didn't pay your money for nothing. Okay, but if you want me to do it, I'm not going to do it for free. All right, simple as that, guys. Whatever happened to the VORTIC debit card? Man, here, I got to give you one of these. Whatever happened to the VORTIC debit card they promised to release on November 1st, 2023? How on earth should we use the debit card, withdraw our funds when they prevent us from withdrawing it due to rebranding? Their policy just doesn't make sense. Because it's not a policy, right? It's a rug. It's a rug pull. And the rebranding is just a ruse, right? To keep people on the hook for as long as possible, and then possibly even get more crypto out of you in the future, right? Now, rug pulls are one of those things that we have to deal with in the space, and it's something that we have to account for. And the fact of the matter is, it does happen. It doesn't matter how good the platform is. It doesn't matter how great it's been running or how long it's been running. At any time, it could go down, right? And that's what we call the rug pull. Sometimes they do get hacked, right? Sometimes they do place a bad trade and blow the account, right? Sometimes they do run out of money. Sometimes they do get kicked off of the server. Sometimes they do get booted off of the domain. Sometimes they do get cease and desist letters and they just decide to disappear, right? But whatever it is, all of that falls under the umbrella of rug pull, because the rug is being pulled out of the under the feet of the people who have money in the platform, right? And so, I could tell you that back in my back office with VORTIC United, before they switched it over, I had over 6 figures in there before they switched it over to their copy trading thing. I was like, dude, so what, are we all supposed to just forget about all the crypto that we had in your platform and just go with you with this new copy trading thing, put more money in there? I don't think so. Right. That would be definitely a no, right? I wouldn't be doing that. And then if they do give you the money, they're going to give it to you in like a new token that's worth absolutely zero. Right. And that's just what it is. Okay. You come here for the truth. You come here for the sauce. You come here for the raw. You come here for the real. You come here for the orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel pill sauce. You're not getting anywhere else. And so I'm just going to give it to you like it is. Right. I think you're a grown up. I think you can handle the truth. Right. I don't need to sugarcoat it for you. Right. It's gone. Right. It's a rug. And you shouldn't keep holding out hope. Right. Really, for any of these things, guys. I mean, the best thing to do is to move on and get involved in some more platforms. Like my modus operandi is when I have a major platform that rugs, I get involved in about 3 or 4 or 5 more. Right. Because I'm just continuing to spread out my risk. Right. And I'm continuing to keep my passive income coming in at a certain number. Right. It's called reverse engineering. You find out how much money you want to make per week, how much money you want to make per month. And then you reverse engineer that to put your stock into these different crypto platforms so that pay, as long as it's coming through, is going to hit that weekly number, that monthly number, and then that's your income. The weekly number and the monthly number turns into a yearly number, and before you know it, you're making more than you've ever made, ever in the past. But you got to play it the right way, right? So when one of mine goes down, I get into 3 or 4 or 5 more. That's just the way that I do it, guys, right? And so far, it has worked, right? And so far, it's been good. Another thing is you want to get into the safer place, right? Like you definitely want to be involved in a crypto fund, right? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying for me, this is what I do. And you want to be involved in like stuff like crypto option, right? And stuff that's going to be like or Shao Bank, stuff that's going to be a little bit more, probably last a little bit longer. You know what I mean? And then yes, you can still play in the hypes. You can still do the more risky stuff, right? But you just want to have a good balance, develop a good balance. And I'm never going to apologize for this. I mean, learn how to trade, right? Learn how to trade. I mean, what could I do if I make $5,000 today? Well, I could take that 5,000 and put 1,000 into 5 different platforms, and I could turn that 5,000 into 30, 40, or 50,000. You see what I'm saying? And you got to think like that, right? You got to have that mentality. You got to have that mindset, right? Where you're about your calculations, right? and you do take a lot of risks, but you spread out your risk and you keep it, you track it, because what you track gets better, right? But where else are you going to be able to get a lot of capital quick? Right? I mean, if you know how to trade, you can raise capital quick. In fact, there was a TikTok video that I saw with this. He was like I think he was a billionaire actually, and it was an interview with him, and they said, "Hey, if you lost your money today, what's the quickest way that you could make your money back?" And he said, "Honestly, trading." He said, "Trading's the only way I know where I could make this much money back." And that's true, because the trading market and the overall market is a $6 trillion a day market. So you've got a waterfall of $6 trillion a day, right? And when you know how to trade, you can take your cup up to that waterfall and just get a little bit of that. Get a little bit of that 6 trillion, baby. Pull it out and that's some good sauce. But it's like anything else, it takes time, right? You have to learn the skill. Private Sojourner says, great idea. I should do that to those who want to look at their projects. Well, you'll see that, like, as you get further and further as a leader in the space, you're going to have people here. Look, I'm trying to give you a Don DeMarco. I'm trying to give you a Don DeMarco, Private Sojourner. The button wasn't working. There you go. You'll find that people start hitting you up left and right to look at their project, and there's just not enough time in the day to look at everybody's project. So you have to figure out a way to sort out the people who are serious and sort them out from the ones that are not. Right? Now, the people who are serious, they're going to come with some money because they believe so much in what they're doing, and they believe in recruiting you, that they will pay a fee for you to look at their project. Right. And then the way I do it is, if I am going to get involved with the project, I will sign up under them, and then they will get the benefit of having me under them, whatever benefit that may be. That doesn't even guarantee that I'm going to talk about their project. Right. But if I don't want to do their project, I will tell them why. Right. And it's just boom, simple like that. Right. And, it just, what it does is, and this is not about enriching ourselves as leaders, okay? This is about separating out the people who are really serious about the business from the people who are just out there taking a shot, right? They're just shooting their shot, right? You're going to have all types of people shoot their shot, but who's really serious, right? So you got to separate out the men from the boys. You got a lot of people shooting the shot, but who's really coming with the volume, right? Who's respectful enough of you, and who's respecting you enough to pay for your time, right? And there is nothing in the world wrong with that, right? That's the way that works, frankly. I mean, if you want to do something, do it the way that it works. Hit the like button, because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that I'm giving you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Nobody else is giving you that orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel pill sauce. You're just not getting it anywhere else, guys. And I just don't know what else to tell you, right? Other than hit the like button, right? All right. This person said, you sound like one of them. I have no idea what you mean. You're going to have to give me way more context than that, because that doesn't make any sense at all. This person said, when the damages are identified. Yeah, you got to love that. Sportsbook partners, they rug pulled, and then not sportsbook partners. What were they called? What's that one that rug pulled? BitSports AI, right? BitSports AI rug pulls, and they say, once we find out what did they say? Once we try to identify the damages or something like that, we're going to get back with you. It's like, identify the damages. But that doesn't even make sense. What are you talking about? Right? And I said, they're never going to identify the damages because they're over. And this person gave me a laughy face. So shout out to you for the laughy face. Report. All right, now this is one on Nesper Trade doesn't pay. Nope, it's Nesper Trade is done, guys. This is somebody who said they are getting paid from Merrillbit, which is weird because I haven't been getting paid anything from them. Here's a funny one on GS Partners. Vaughn, how did you get your money from GS Partners? Well, truthfully, the way that I got my money was I talked crap about them on the internet, and they terminated me, and they gave me my money. Right. So and so the person says, okay, I better start making videos to get my money somehow recovered. Thanks again, and have a blessed Thanksgiving. You get one of these. Shout out to you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Troy's life is always active in the comments, man. I appreciate you. All right. This person said, what's wrong with having a Forex bot and a crypto bot? This is about QP. We know the space, but name me one platform you have promoted all year long that has proven itself, lasted, and paid instant withdrawals all year without fail or website host problems. I'm listening, bro. VORTIC United and VecuBird did all the money grabs. QP is proven. All right, so let's get into this comment, right? What's wrong with having a Forex bot and a crypto bot? Well, nothing. Nothing, I guess. It's just that they had this Forex bot going, or it wasn't even a Forex bot. It was it is a bot, I should say, in the stock market, the QP trading bot, and it was doing so well. My question was, why throw something new in the mix, right? And is this a money grab? Are they trying to get more money? Are they trying to pull more money in? And the result is they have been pulling more money in with the new crypto bot. So that was what I meant when I said that. So no, there's nothing wrong fundamentally with it. I'm just asking why they were doing it now. Okay. And then we know the space, but name me one platform you have promoted all year long that has proven itself, lasted, and paid instant withdrawals all year without fail or website host problems. So here's where I'm going to take issue with you. Like, promoting is a very strong word, bro. Like, I don't try to promote anything, so to speak. Maybe my trading course. Maybe I'm promoting my trading course, right? I'll give you that. But as far as these, I usually say, hey, links in the description, man, sign up if you want, but you can do your own due diligence. You know what I mean? Like, this is just, I'm sharing what I'm doing, right? And since I do have a link in the description, you could say that that's promoting, right? But I'm not like one of these guys who's coming on here saying you have to sign up now and you're going to become a millionaire and all this other crazy stuff. So, I mean, just look at the different voices that are out there on YouTube. And then where do you put me as Unlimited Freedom Network, right? Where do you put me on that scale, right? Do you think I'm really pimping and pushing and promoting these things? Or am I sharing them and then, leaving it up to the people to decide what they want to do? Because my heart is to share the opportunity and then leave it up for you guys to decide what you want to do, right? It's not to like push anything on you, right? I do get excited about the different opportunities that I'm involved in. And sometimes that excitement can be contagious, right? But it's just a strong word to say that I'm on here promoting things. Okay, so one platform you promoted all year that has proven itself, lasted, and paid instant withdrawals. Yeah, well, QP, bro. Yeah, QP is the only one. So I'm not disagreeing with you, right? But I think it's important that you know, and it's important that you guys know that if something happens with QP, I'm going to talk about it. All right. That's just simple as that, guys. It's important that you know that. All righty. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is a good one, man. This is going to be a good. Before I get to this, I want to do some stuff in the chat because this is going to be one that I can really get into some sauce. First, let me report this guy who's spamming me. Thank you, spammer. What else we got? Guys, you're doing something right when all these spammers and weirdos start coming into your comment section. Mm-mm-mm. All right, DeFi ROI King, you need to just relax, dude. It's really not as serious as you're making it out to be, right? If I see a red flag, I'm going to call it. So the comment is, my issue is you blasting QP, calling them a rug when you had zero proof and didn't do your due diligence. You also didn't take your link down. Even though you profited of everyone, you funded our bags, and that was idiotic. You owe an apology to all. You know what, DeFi ROI King? You can leave and you can unsubscribe and you can kiss my ass. There's your apology. All right. I don't got time for that kind of bullshit. This update on Xiao Bank is kind of like duck sauce, if you know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. Alrighty. Website is not working on Arbitrage Stack. Yeah, I know. Greetings. I like your Philippines shirt. Thank you. And shout out to you for knowing that was a Philippines shirt. Okay, this was a question on crypto fund. Can we withdraw weekly? And if so, what are the fees and is the capital returned? So there's no fees that I know of apart from just the regular Bitcoin fees, whatever those may be. And then, yeah, you can withdraw weekly. Okay, you can actually withdraw anytime. Let me report this person. This person said, "What's up, brother? I used your referral link for Ion Deriv, and I'm now getting a login error when I try to log in. Are you having any issues?" I think it's a rug, to be honest with you, because I haven't heard anything from them. And I've had a withdrawal sitting in there for 2 days, and I haven't been able to get jack out of the platform at all. Right? So it's looking like that Ion Deriv is just going to be a rug pull. I hope that's not the case, but that's the way it's looking at the moment. QP has performed well. Let's hope it keeps up. Yeah, let's hope it does. I've never had anything against QP, right? What I'm saying is that when we have issues that come up that could be taken as red flags or that are red flags, I'm going to talk about it, okay? And if that bothers you, then you just go over to somebody else's channel who's going to lie to you all the time. If there's a red flag, I'm going to talk about it because I'm the only one who comes out here and tells you everything that's going on in real time, right? As soon as it happens, boom. And you want me to apologize for that? For trying to keep you hip to what's going on? It sounds like you're pissed off at me because you think that I'm over here making money, right? Profiting, right, off of people and this and that and the other thing. You're acting like a jealous little bitch right now. Truthfully, that's the way you're acting. And you need to check yourself. You need to check your attitude, right? Because I don't do this for that reason, right? I'm not Mr. Profit. When NOVATECH was sinking, I warned everyone. I got hate from both sides. And I will do the same thing with QP. If they start messing up, you're going to hear it here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, and you're going to hear it first before anybody else. I don't care how much money I made, or how much money you made, or how much money anybody made. I'm going to talk about it. Why don't you make your own YouTube channel? Then you won't have to be jealous, right? Why don't you build your own team? Why don't you do the work? Right? Why don't you get in the gym? Do what it takes. But it's easy for you to come onto my comment section and take a little shot at me. Take a little shot with your misplaced anger. That is some emotional bitch stuff, straight up. Your testosterone levels need to be checked. You might need some testosterone replacement therapy, because you're acting like a little bitch in the comment section right now. All right. Guys, hit the like button because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that I'm giving you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. And you guys are getting into the rare look into my mind, right? And there's a lot worse things that go on in there than that. I promise you, right? Believe me, I'm trying to keep it as PG as I possibly can, but sometimes, guys, somebody needs to check you. Your mama didn't do it. Your dad obviously didn't do it. You know what I mean? You don't have a big brother or something like that. Sometimes you guys just need to get checked a little bit. You got to check yourself, right? Because life is all about respect, right? I'm a person in the space that can help you. I'm a person in the space that wants to help you. I'm a person in the space that is putting myself out there, putting my face on the internet, even though I've got a long, huge rap sheet, right? And people have come on and clowned me about it, right? And people want to make fun and trash me and call me all kinds of things, right? But I still come on here because I'm here to help. People listen when I speak, right? I have strategies to where you can make a lot of money, and I'm trying to help you. And how do you repay me? By taking a shot at me? Dude, you're going to catch a lot more flies with honey, brother. You need to treat people as you want to be treated. Give people respect in order to get respect. But you want to come on here disrespecting, you're going to run into the wrong guy at some point, right? When you disrespect. Hey, maybe this will be a life-changing moment for you. Maybe you will think and be a little bit more respectful before you do run into that wrong guy. Right? And you never know who it is because it's always the quiet ones. It's that quiet guy who you think is just a shy guy. He's not going to do anything. And you make one little snarky comment, and next thing you know, you're stabbed up, bro. Because he just wasn't having it that day. Right? So, there you go. I'm here to help. If you don't want my help, more power to you. Get off the channel. Right? I don't need you here. Right? I swear I'll be just fine. Right? And don't let the door hit you on the way out. But if you want to come correct, then I would love to help you, just like I love to help everybody else. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, yeah, somebody replied to the Shao Bank. Awesome video. Bonds are one of the most reliable financial instruments. Shout out to you. Stop. And somebody said, Shao Bank is not a real bank. Wolf in sheep's clothing will rug with people's crypto. So they said, Shao Bank is not a real bank. Wolf in sheep's clothing will rug with people's crypto. And that actually speaks to this other comment that I want to get into. Right. So this guy is like, Mr. Negative over here saying, oh, it's just going to rug. It's going to rug with people's money. Okay. And we're going to get into that. All right. I'll report this guy. Somebody said, how do I join crypto options? Just click the link in the description, guys. Anybody who wants to join anything, the links to all my videos are all in the description. Okay, so all you got to do is go to the description of my videos. Just click the description of the video. It'll say more info. Click more info, and it'll open up a drop-down menu. You just jump into that drop-down menu, and then every link to every platform, every opportunity, my trading course, my interviews, my book, everything is in there, right? So you can get everything there. And that's how you join. Yep. We had a great comment on the crypto crackdown video. Basically, this guy said, whatever the U.S. government can't control, they hate. They can't follow those wallet addresses, and it just ticks them off. And I really could care less. I'm the one that's giving up on vacation or buying a new car or putting my money somewhere, and I'm trying to gain passive income from that money that I worked hard for. I'm risking losing it, and they're not going to pay me back, so screw them. Thank goodness for my offshore bank accounts. If they can't see it, they can't tax it. Investing in passive income means unlimited freedom. Great job. Shout out to you, man. Good comment. Here's the thing, man. Look, I'm not telling anybody to avoid paying your taxes, right? If you make crypto, right, you can pay taxes on it, right? You just get a CPA or get an accountant We're probably going to be talking about more about taxation soon as that time gets closer. So I'm not telling people not to pay their taxes, but I like this comment because you have a good understanding about this. So you're the one with the money. You worked for the money. You're taking the risk with the money, right? You're risking losing your money. You're sacrificing buying a car. You're sacrificing going on vacation. You're trying to build something here. And you know the risks involved, and you know you might lose it. And if you do lose it, they're not going to pay you back. So why? Why should you think that they're your friend? People find out who their friends and enemies are once it's too late, most of the time, right? Before it, now you guys know how I am. You've seen my personality. Some people like it. Some people could live without it. Whatever. I don't care. But here's the thing. I had thousands, right? Thousands, right, on Facebook and whatever else was out there at the time when I went to prison. You know how many of those people wrote me in prison? Zero. Right? You know how many of those people were actually really my friends? None. I figured out who my real friends were real quick when that happened to me. Right? Is that too much for you? You got to get off now? Right? Got to find something else to do? Right? Am I getting a little bit too real for you? You find out who your real friends are in life, guys. You really do. If you're paying attention. All right. So everybody watch the crypto crackdown video if you hadn't had a chance to do that yet. So my first try to do this live Q&A was a fail, but YouTube actually posted it up. It's like 2 seconds long, and somebody says short and sweet. All right. Let me give you one of these. And something I recommend watching. So we're going to jump into the chat, and then after I get done in the chat, I want to go back to this comment because this is going to give you a lot of sauce, right, about just our space in general and about the mentality, right, that you have to be successful here, and even the mentality that some other people have. All right, so Ryan Moore, what's the link to your trading course? I'm not just going to post it here, Ryan. I want you to figure out how to go into the description and find the link, right? You've got to be, if you're going to be on my channel, bro, you got to figure out how to go into the description of the video and open that up because that's where you're going to find all the links. So I'm not going to do you a service if I just share with you the link here because then that's all you're going to be able to see. I want you to see everything, right? So go to the description of my videos, click on the description, click more information. It'll open up a drop-down menu, and then you can jump on there and you can see all of the opportunities that are available. All right. Okay. Now this person said, is QP over? No cash out by QP. Well, that's the first I've heard of that. Let me go over to QP right now and see what the deal is. Let's go over to QP. All right. I do have a little bit that I can cash out here. Let me do a test withdrawal. Usually they come in instantaneously, so we will test this one out. Okay. Testing. Put in for the withdrawal. Well done. Okay. Your withdrawal is being processed. Right now it says pending. We'll let you know when it says completed. So I'll jump into the chats and then I'll jump back on that in a second. It usually comes by pretty instantly. Well, hey, shout out to you anyway for actually going there. So I appreciate that, man. Go to educational tools, and under educational tools, it'll say binary options, hyper trading strategy, or binary options trading strategy. And there'll be a link next to it. Copy that and paste it up into your browser. Don't put www. Or anything like that. Just copy the link directly like it is, paste it into your browser, and that'll take you over there. So shout out to you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to give you this. All right, so let's see what else is going on. It's pending. It's still pending? What's going on? Completed. All right, let's see if I got my withdrawal. So I'm going to go to my handy-dandy Exodus wallet. And we'll see if the withdrawal from QP comes in. And yep, came right in. So I don't know, man. You must be like having a technical difficulty on your end because this QP works fine. For right now, it's not doing anything, not showing me any problems. All right. SG, always appreciate your honesty. Keep the passion alive. Oh, don't worry. If there's one thing I've got enough of, it's passion, right? And I'll definitely keep it alive. I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. Trust me. All right, let me pull this thing up. What's going on? Okay, Zion, this is happening just now. Vaughn, one more thing on my uplines and downlines said they looked into the NOVATECH account and all the money was gone. Whoa. Well, that would be an alert. And I will do that, but I have to give you guys full disclosure. I haven't logged into my NOVATECH account in a long time, so I don't want to sit on here live with you while I try to remember my old password. Okay, but I will go into it and I will look at it, and I wouldn't be surprised, right? If they liquidated all the money, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, but if that happens, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. SG said QP is still working, just cashed out some funds. Pray it keeps performing. Absolutely. SG, the space is very risky. Everyone knows it. If people don't like the heat, then get out the kitchen. No need to acknowledge them, Vaughn. Not easy to put yourself out in the public. Ignore them. Don't lower your standards to the haters. Ignore them and they will disappear. Yeah, and I'm trying, guys. But here's the thing. I'm human. Right? I'm human too, just like you. This is live, right? We do it live. So I'm real. And guys, it's not the best habit, but sometimes I cuss, right? Sometimes I use foul language, right? I use explicit language sometimes, and I'm working on it. I don't cuss as much as I used to, but sometimes it's still there, right? So if I'm giving you myself here and I'm sharing my life with you, I'm sharing everything with you, sometimes you might hear some language, right? I'm going to try to keep it PG as much as possible, and I actually really do try to do that, guys. But hey, like I said, I'm human, right? I'm not proud of everything I do. I sin, right? I'm a sinner just like everybody else, but I do try not to, right? And I do sin less than I do. Being a Christian doesn't make you sinless, but you do sin less, right? And I will say, since I've given my life to Christ, I do sin less, right? But I still do sin from time to time. And sometimes you're going to hear me say something, right? It just is what it is. Okay. But I am working on it. And thank you for that. And, but sometimes they give me exactly what I need, right? Sometimes I need a little bit of that energy. I need people to criticize, right? Sometimes I need a little bit of that punch and that push and a little push and push back, right? It gets my blood going. All right, Elaine, what's going on, Elaine? Hi, Vaughn. How was your AAC account? I'm still waiting for some movement with this, and my ARP is still at 0. And then right after you, as if on cue, Lambo Drew is in the building. And I'm going to have to agree with Lambo on this one, Elaine. We need to be very careful with AAC until they get their problems fixed. Okay? Because I haven't been able to get any of my ARP either. The only thing I've been able to withdraw is little commissions. And the commissions have not been big. Right? So until they get their act together, we all need, no more putting money into AAC. Okay? So shout out to Lambo Drew, because he is the one who dropped it. And, to show you what a crack addict I am in this space, I was watching Lambo Drew because he has a show at pretty much the same time I do. His starts an hour before mine. And I was watching Lambo all the way up to the point where I started this show. Right. And anytime, I am the real deal because I actually am a consumer of the space. Right. I'm not just a provider. OK, I like both sides of it. So Lambo Drew said, my guy, Vaughn, let's go. And he came through with the 1999 super chat. Thank you, my friend. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, just let me know. Love you for being you, man. Let's hit the brakes. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. And like I said, guys, sometimes I get a little bit rough around the edges, but we do it live, right? We do it live here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, and sometimes the live gets a little live. All right, we got Srinithan Dayakaranda. Sorry if I butchered your name. QP Pace. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, and the New York stock market was closed. And happy Thanksgiving. All right, happy Thanksgiving to you too. And this has been all that we hit all the comments. We've read all the chats. So I think this is a good time to go ahead and close out, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your holiday, whatever it is that you're doing. If you do celebrate the holiday, and if you don't, I'll be having more content coming out for you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. We will talk to you guys soon here at the Unlimited Freedom Network.